Hello everyone and welcome back to One Piece. This is episode 646 all the way up to 649. I'm looking forward to this. I'm very much looking forward to it. This past 2 or 3 weeks of recording has been quite a lot of recording. I've been doing a lot of stuff. There's been a lot of time between the previous video and this video. Well, not a lot of time, but a lot of work that I've had to do in between then and now. So it does feel like a long time since I've actually sat down and watched One Piece itself. But I have done a lot of other stuff, so make sure to check out some of the other content on this channel and on my Gent Watches channel. And see if there's other stuff that you like, because there's been a lot of time been put into everything that I've been doing lately, and so yeah, make it worth my while. But otherwise, thank you all for your support on this channel, by the way. I really appreciate all the comments that I get, all of the support, all the compliments. People give me say very nice things on this channel to me. Not everyone says nice things, but a lot of people. Like more people than I feel like I deserve, but I really appreciate it nonetheless. And I will just take the compliments rather than going, oh no, don't do that, So I appreciate them a lot. Anyway, we're going to be jumping into more Dressrosa today. I remember, Colosseum stuff is still going on. Fujitora and Law, and Doflamingo, I think they're all still in their fight. I'm pretty sure Usopp and Robin are still with the Tatano people. I can't quite remember if Tontado. And then Zoro, I believe, is still with Wicker as well. So I think I've got a good vibe on where everyone is right now and what's happening. So I'm excited to jump into it. Oh yeah, and the Nami's crew is also all fucked up and painted weirdly. So yeah, anyway, we're jumping into this. Let's get into episode 646. If you want the early access to the full-length versions of these episodes, you can get that on my Patreon account. Get the next 20 or so episodes on there right now, which means we are like deep into Dressrosa on there. And you can also go to my YouTube membership down below if you want to get 1 week early on the edited videos. So yeah, anyway, let's jump into this. This is episode 646 of One Piece. Woo! Okay, recap Rubik's. If you're new to this channel, this is the recap Rubik's. It's a Rubik's Cube that I do while the recap is going on, and my goal is to beat the recap. Alright, there's the cube complete, just in time. Okay, oh, it showed a bunch of people, so, I don't know, this episode is going to be called The Final Bout. All Block C fighters, fight. Honestly, it could be annoying that they're doing a recap right now, but I kind of need it right now. Oh yeah, I love video. This guy. Alright, back to it. Yeah, the jig is up, Luffy. Just go all out. Just go into third gear and smack them all off with a giant hand. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah. Yep. He is proud of himself, though. It's funny losing someone in an open space. I don't think so, man. I think the only reason most of these people are surviving so long against Luffy is because he's having to hold back. Don Chinjao is the only one I think who can stand a chance against Luffy. Ah, they combined. I can't remember if I guessed that last time. What? Wait! He turned into a jacket! There's no... I guessed this. If you're on my Patreon account, you might not have seen it yet, but I made a prediction video for Dressrosa. And in it, I guessed someone would be turned into a jacket. What the fuck? I can't believe that. Hit the jacket fruit! Oh my god. Oh my god. Damn. Okay, I like this music. Okay! Oh damn, I think the weapon's breaking apart. Damn. Oh, he's jumping off his fists? That's crazy. Oh! Nice! That was unexpected. I thought we'd have to deal with him. Alright, relax, dude. There's that shot again! Oh shit. This guy is so cool. I really like him. He's got a bonkers design, but very cool. Nami! Hey, babe. This woman reminds me of... It's art. Did I know that before, or did I guess that before? I don't have art written down anywhere, so I think I just guessed it. That woman reminds me of Miss Merry Christmas, and that's not a compliment. Yes, Nami! Kill him! Hell yeah, baby! You'll want to talk, lady. We're not losing another ship. Okay, well Nami's doing it. You guys are actually fighters. Oh my god. I mean, there's a point where your weapons are too many. After 5 weapons, you have too many. Actually, what does Zoro have? 9 sword style or whatever? Maybe after 9 you have too many. He really wants his helmet back. Oh my god, so many people caught in collateral. Oh! Makes sense. Yeah, I'm okay with if you catch him. Nope. Take it or leave it. Nope, don't catch him. Yes, please. Can you give me a list? And I can tick the ones you're allowed to capture? I like how Luffy's so easily dodging and also considering all this information. Oh, Chinjao was taking a bunch of those. Is he just gonna kill the bandit right here? Well, not kill him, it's One Piece, but knock him out into the fish. He got the helmet! You're dead now. Yep. Is he gonna flex the weapons out? Yes, he is. Damn! It is. This is a fun matchup. I think this would specifically be really fun to watch in the audience. Luffy's putting his disguise back on. It's amazing how in shots like this you can't see the other battle happening. Damn. I don't know. Can you take Garp, man? What's gonna happen? Oh, go all out. Second gear. Okay, hell yeah! Fight, baby! That's a cool pose. I mean, we know the pose, but it's a cool illustration of that pose. Okay, here we fucking go! Is this gonna happen this episode? Or is this the next episode thing? Oh shit, those fighters are in between? Cool. Oh, and they both beat them so easily, just end their match right away. I like that. Oh! Hell yeah! Oh! Oh my god. It's like Whitebeard's power. Oh my god, it's so powerful, it just knocks everyone out. The Haki's too much. Oh, oh my god! It's a tornado of pure force. Oh my god! Jesus! Oh my god. So cool. Okay, that was a pretty great episode. I really liked it. First things first though, I have to kind of apologize to my Patreon members who, this is like the first time I think on this channel that they are going to be like left behind on something, like they didn't get something as early as everyone else did, or some other people did, because this is the weird timing of how this matched up, but I made a video that my Patreon members wouldn't have seen yet, but my YouTube members would have, which is I made a video where I was guessing what was gonna happen in an arc called Dressrosa. It's a video that I wrote halfway through Punk Hazard, and I filmed it and I uploaded it. Like I had it done weeks before I started Dressrosa, or maybe a week before I started Dressrosa, and then I put it up so that the plan is for it to go up on YouTube between arcs. So when YouTube finishes Punk Hazard, it has that video, and then Dressrosa goes up the next time, right? And so because of the way things have worked out, my YouTube members right now are in that between section where they were between Punk Hazard and Dressrosa. So they saw that video, but my Patreon members, they didn't, just because of the way things work out, they haven't got access to that video yet unless they're also a YouTube member. So so you might not have seen it if you're on my Patreon account, but essentially I made a video, and you can, you know, if you're not on my Patreon account right now, you can go watch it on my YouTube channel. But I made a video where I did a little skit based on, you know, guesses that I had about what One Piece Dressrosa would be. And in that video, there were I did a bunch of weird, stupid jokes or whatever. But the main like through line was about a guy turning people into clothing. And one of the things that I did towards the start is that a man has been turned into a jacket and he's a talking jacket, and that's his big thing, right? And it was such a it's such a like a dumb joke, but I just kind of had it as like this is the kind of thing that I feel like One Piece would do. I mean, it was kind of coming off of like in Punk Hazard, there's a kid who's turned into a dragon or whatever. It's like I was like, okay, so you know, in this arc, there's a man who's been turned into a jacket. Ha ha ha, very funny. But there's actually a man who turns into a jacket in this arc. Out of all of the times for that, like if that came in like, you know, 3 arcs later, I would still be like, whoa, I guess that. But for it to happen the exact arc that I made the thing, I'm not a fan of when that happens sometimes, because I feel like people might think I saw a spoiler on it or something. But also, like, who would spoil this guy? It's a random guy in an arc. So, like, the only way I'd be able to know that is if I had watched the episodes ahead of time. And frankly, like, that would be a crazy thing to claim. I don't have time. You guys know how many videos I make on this thing. You think I fucking have time to watch more episodes of One Piece ahead of time and then rewatch them for the channel? No fucking way. But so it's very funny that like I ended up finding that specific little plot line and making something on it. Well, I guess now I have to try to remember, what was that guy's name who turned into a jacket? He was one of those brothers. But I don't remember what his name was. Because in my video, in my Dressrosa prediction video, I think I called him Kukuriru. But I was just gonna try to see if like that he had any sort of similar name. But I don't think so, and I don't have it easily written down here, and I'm not gonna like dig deeply into finding out what his name was. They were the Funk Brothers, but I don't think I have their individual names. I think I just called them the Funk Brothers. Okay, anyway, so that just like that was fucking crazy to me. Like that's a moment that would have just been a that's funny, you can turn into a jacket moment, that ended up being like a mind-blowing moment for me. So if you don't know the context of that, go and check out on my YouTube channel. There is a thing. If you're on my Patreon account, the only way you can watch it right now is by joining my YouTube membership, or you can wait a week, I believe, and it should be up on my YouTube channel publicly. So go check that out. It's called well, I've got the thumbnail here. It's called what I think Dressrosa arc will be, based only on the title or something. So it has that thumbnail. Find it, click on it, enjoy it. Anyway, what else? So there was that. I don't think I wrote many notes this time. No, I didn't. I really didn't. But Don Chinjao is very cool, and it was cool to see Don Chinjao and Luffy, like, just how much stronger that they are than everyone. Where it's like, it showed Idio and one of the two, other brothers, Sai or Bai or something like that. Those two like going all out, and they were fighting each other, and it was a really cool fight, and it was like explosive. It was clear that they were both very strong and cool, and everyone was super engaged in that fight. But when Luffy and Don Chinjao go towards each other, I mean, it's like Dynasty Warriors. Like, they were nothing compared to them. They were just, like, knocked out of the way as they were running through. They were just, like, a forgotten piece of the battle. I really like that. And then just those two punching each other and their Conqueror's Haki expanding out from them and wiping out the entire ring that was so cool. It was a really well done moment. And it really showed just how different the power differential is between them and everyone else. I mean, you had Cavendish standing there going like, why couldn't I have been in Block C? Damn it. But really, Cavendish, if you were in there, like, that you would have died. Like, that's it was absolutely crazy. It's lucky that the Haki didn't go out to the audience. Like, I feel like it could have knocked out like half of the audience as well. So yeah, very, very cool episode. I liked that a lot. Yeah, it was just fun. I don't think I have anything else to discuss for this episode. It was just fun. So let's move on to the next episode. Oh, let's look at the title of this episode. I believe I called it like the final bout, whatever, something. But the episode was called The Legendary Pirate Don Chinjao. Okay, that's very simple. Not much there to discuss. All right, let's move on to the next episode. This is episode 647 of One Piece. Here we go. Okay, recap Rubik's. Here we go. That was the recap? That was so short. That's how far I got. And this episode is called Don Chinjao's Death, a surprising funeral. King of the Pirates. You can do it. Really? Yep. Ooh. I mean, if someone's gonna train the King of the Pirates, it's gonna be Rayleigh, right? Oh, he's crying now. Huh? I don't think I know what you're talking about, man. I mean, he seemed like a very emotional person from how he was reacting to seeing Luffy. Chinjao's a drill. Yeah, I can tell. I don't know. I don't know, man. Sometimes they go hand in hand. Especially for a lot of men. It's funny how Sanji's wearing the bowler hat from Meet the Robinsons, right? There's a lot of dadas. Maynard. Oh wait, no, this is Bastille, right. I feel like he's one of the more interesting Vice Admiral designs we've seen. Normally a lot of Vice Admirals are just like strong looking dudes. You know what I mean? They're just like regular looking men, but strong. Yeah, that sucks. Really? But there are so many that are like dating by the looks of it. Yeah. Oh. Human disorder? Oh no. Oh no. This is okay, this is gonna be terrifying. Okay, well now this is awful. So are people being turned into toys? Or their personalities are being implanted within toys? But the toy setting was so fun. Just the fact that there are toys hanging out. And they just call it human disorder. Where it's like, oh, they think they're a person. But like, they don't just think they're a person, they think they're a specific person. Smart. Oh. So all of the toys know. But they can't speak out or they'll be scrapped. Huh? Wait! But they don't like, the people don't remember them at all. So it's like the people have been affected. Interesting. Oh, the little girl? Who's always eating something? Oh, I've got questions. And I have I have theories, but I can't say them now. But then they're also like revealing the theory, some of the theories before I can even say them. There's that shot again. Now, those fighters that had devil's fruits, are they dead now because they're in the water? Oh my god. Nice. Oh my god, his head dragging along the ground. Makes me uncomfortable. He's just standing there. Took his strength away. Talk to him. Talk to my grandpa, not me. Oh shit! Should have tossed him in the water. That woman's pretty. I like her hair. He's up. Oh my god. That makes me so uncomfortable. Just his head directly on the ground. No hair to protect him. Oh my god. Okay. He's got centripetal force on his side. Okay, where are we jumping now? Green bit or? Yep, green bit. Oh, that's pretty sick. Oh shit. Holy shit, man. Fujitora is fucking insane. Something about me, I sort of like Law saying Nami's name, and I don't know why. Oh my god, oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh my god, I just realized I had a character named Stitch in my prediction video as well. And he's got the Stitch fruit. No, it's for your own safety. Stay there, Grandma. Right. They're working at the factory and... Yeah. It's like elves with Santa's factory, I get it. Princess Muncherry? Oh. Flapper. What a name. Alright, let's fucking do it. Oh my gosh. Cool. Nice. Another fun episode. I really liked that. Yeah, so okay, so the human toys thing, I think that's what we gotta talk about. That's gotta be the main point of this discussion, because it's fucking wild. Actually, let's do the title first. The title, I guess, was Don Chinjao's death or something, and the actual title is Light and Shadow, Darkness Behind Dressrosa. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, so like, they started showing that, like, as soon as they started showing the, like, wait, don't you remember me thing, I was like, oh, fuck, it's one of those arcs. Like, I see what's going on. Like, instantly you start to get a good vibe of, like, kind of what's happening. But my initial thought was that, like, they said that, oh, women are likely to murder their partners here or whatever, right? I thought it was like, oh, people just die. There's like a high turnover rate of people, of like, there's a high mortality rate or whatever. People just die a lot in Dressrosa. It's kind of like a natural thing for people to die. But actually, like, I thought that, oh, maybe those people who had quote unquote died were actually just people who had, you know, turned into toys or whatever. Or they did die, but then their bodies are kept, like their spirits or their souls or whatever are then put into toys after their death or something. That was my initial thought. But now I no longer think that because, and I was going to say all of that partway through the episode, but I don't like to talk, like with extended things over the episode, you know, like I'll talk over the episode and sometimes people will be like, oh, you're talking too much or whatever. But I feel like I'm pretty decent at like finding a balance between talking and listening to the episode. Of course I've definitely missed stuff. I mean, people were, I remember back in as early as recent as Punk Hazard, people were saying like, I was like, oh, I don't know if what was it, if Smoker uses Haki is what I said or something. As he was using Haki on screen, I was talking about like, oh, I don't know if he uses Haki. I don't think he does. So like, you know, I miss stuff. It happens, and I apologize when that happens, and that's like completely my bad. And you guys are within your rights to correct me on stuff like that. But I also try not to, if I have like long theories or things that I think will take more than 5 seconds to explain, I try to save it for the discussion as best I can, which is a reason I take notes, you know, like I do watch a lot of YouTubers and they have like reaction tubers will have sometimes a lot of thoughts that they want to say in the moment, and so they'll just be saying it in the moment, getting that thought out. And because of that, they'll miss like a lot of stuff that happens on screen or talk over some cool moments or whatever. I try really, really hard not to do that for this channel because I know it can be frustrating. And so that's why, you know, we have these discussion sections where I can talk and talk and talk and talk for as long as I need to. So, yeah, as I said, that was my initial thought. But then they started showing that the toys remember, like I thought, here's the other thing that I thought it was like most of the toys, like if the process goes correctly, they don't remember anything, they just think they're a toy. Or it's like the, you know, back in zombie arc, Thriller Bark, back in Thriller Bark, where it's like their shadows were put into the zombies. At the start, the shadows in the zombies would be like very much like the person whose shadow was put into them, and over time they would lose their personality, like they would lose their defiance and all of that, and the stronger they are, the more likely it would be that would happen. And then they would eventually just be like a zombie who follows orders and does whatever Moria tells them to do, right? I thought it might be like that, where it's like these toys, once they have like a person's personality put into them, they generally will lose over time the person's personality, but some of them would still retain them, or over, like only the new ones would still remember who they are. And so, and the other ones, like as soon as you make toys, maybe there's like a quarantine period where you keep them locked away so that until they completely forget everything, and then they're let loose into the world. Maybe that was my initial thoughts again. And I wanted to say all of this halfway through the episode before they explained what, like, a bit more about it. But actually, it seems like the toys all remember that they were people, but are also very aware of the fact that, like, hey, we can't be revealing that we know this, because anytime any of us speak up, we get taken to the scrap shed or whatever, and it's like a really horrifying thing. So, so yeah, it seems like, yeah, that the toys are the ones who know what's going on, but they just want to spend time with their families or whatever. So the only way they can do that is like, let's keep pretending to be these toys, and we at least get to be with my wife and child, and whatever. But here's the tricky bit. Apparently, none of the people remember them, and that's where it gets difficult. Because it's like the woman who was asked, it was like, oh, do you have a husband? And she's like, no, I'm single. That's not so weird, is it? and she's doing that whole thing. But it is kind of weird. You have a son, so presumably, I mean, it doesn't mean you had to have had a partner. You could have just made love to someone, for lack of a better term, and you know, had a child or whatever. But like, I think it's, you know, I feel like people often ask like, oh, who's your partner or whatever when you have a kid, because the implication is who's the father of this kid. And so generally I feel like she'd be used to like, oh, I did, but we broke up, and when I'm currently single, or like, oh no, I didn't, he's an adopted, or, you know, like, maybe you wouldn't say he's adopted in front of the kid themselves every time you introduce yourself. Maybe that would start making the kid feel like, can you stop telling people I'm adopted, please? But I feel like, you know, she would understand why someone's asking that question. But her response seemed to be like, wasn't even thinking about that, and was like, well, no, I don't have a partner, which I think implies like, no, I haven't, I have never, like, or like no one comes to mind. So I feel like they completely forget about the person entirely, and like there's just a gap in their memory. So do we know anyone so far that can do that in this arc? I don't think so. Because it seems like Doflamingo's power is something to do with strings and puppeting and people and stuff, right? I don't know if we've ever heard what Doflamingo's power actually is. I don't think we have. But, like, we can sort of pick up from context that I think it's something to do, like, I wouldn't be surprised if it was called the string fruit, or the puppet fruit, or whatever. But we have that. We know that apparently the girl, I think it was, I mean, we only saw like kind of the shadow, but I think it was the girl who I said I liked her design. She reminded me of a My Hero Academia character. That girl with sort of like the blue hair or whatever. I think she's the one who can turn people into toys, which makes sense. I feel like a lot of the time in media, when I see like toy related powers, it's often kids who have the toy related powers, which is funny because it's very strange, because eventually those kids would grow up, but they're not going to change powers when they grow up. So it's almost like in every story, whenever we see someone with toy related powers, we're also seeing them at the time where their powers are most relevant to their personality, you know? It's a little bit of a strange thing with stories, but I think you know, she has the power to turn people into toys, but that doesn't seem to imply that she has the power to wipe people's memories as well. That feels like a separate thing. So I guess maybe someone else has the power to wipe people's memories? Or is it like when you turn someone into a toy, they were never a person? You know, like maybe that's what it is. So maybe it is part of her power, and it's just, it transfers, like it takes away all of everyone else's memories of you, which is very sad. That's a very depressing thing to happen. But this seems like this could be like a very depressing arc. It's very sad because we started this arc and I went, oh, it's a town with toys and people living together and they all look happy. And I was like really, really glad about that. Like I genuinely was thinking like, this is nice and refreshing and fun to just see like, oh, here's toys and people living together. And it doesn't seem like at first glance, it didn't seem like there was any major troubles with that. It was just something that was accepted and everyone was on board and loved it, you know? I wasn't seeing much, if any, discrimination between them. It seemed like you could have mixed fabric couples. Is that what you would call it? I'm allowed to make that joke. My dad is brown and my mom is white, so as a mixed race child myself, but it seems like they were all happy and there was like a really nice community going on there. But now it's really depressing because it's like all of those toys, it seems like, have in the back of their mind that I was a person, my life was taken away from me, and this is the only way I can remain with my family is by pretending to be one of their toys. But because of that, I don't have the same relationship with them and can't, it seems like. Because I was saying I felt like they were like couples, you know, because it looks like there were a lot of toys that were like arm in arm with humans. And maybe they are still, but then you have that problem with toys and humans can never go into each other's houses. And that's really sad to me. I know it's such a small thing, and like not all relationships, you know, you don't need to be in a house with someone to be in a relationship, but it helps. It helps being able to share a bed, to sit on a couch together, to, you know, like if all of your relationship is being out on dates together, it kind of sucks, you know? So yeah, wow, yeah, it makes me sad. Makes me very sad, but it is interesting, I gotta say. From a story perspective, it's good. Anything else I wanted to talk about? Not really. There's other stuff that's in my notes, but like I don't have major discussion points. I'd just be going like, oh, this was cool, this was cool, this was cool. Stuff like Bastille, the Vice Admiral, Tontada working in the factory, and Princess Manderie. I can't really read my writing there, but yeah, all that stuff's cool. Anyway, let's move on to the next episode. This is episode 648, I think. Here we go. Go East, go West! Okay, recap Rubik's. Here we go. Alright, that's the cube complete. Let's see if I can do the second cube in this time. If I can complete 2 cubes in the time of 1 recap, that's called a 2-cube cap. Wow, this is a really long recap. I just finished the second cube, that's a 2-cube cap. And there's still a lot of recap left. Alright. This episode is going to be called The Smallest War, the Tontado Tribe Attack. Tontada. Was that Leo just sitting on Robin's boob? Actually, I can't tell. Could be anyone. Cool. Is the passage big enough for humans? Oh my god, it's a legit airport. I liked the way Robin said cute there, but I don't like bugs. And I don't think this is cute. They're both in love with this. Oh my god. Beyond. Yeah, Luffy would love it. I hate it. 20 passenger bus? Oh, are they gonna ride foxes? Whoa. Wow, they're huge actually. Oh, cool. Robin's in such a good mood. Is he between her boobs? Yes. Yes, he is. On purpose or accidentally? 900 years? That's a lot of voices. Nice. This is a cute little area. It's an anti-doflamingo coalition. Ah, Zoro's here. Zoro wanted to participate. I like how they all have to end in Lando. Nice, good that they could play along so quickly. I don't like watching this. It's so weird how this, for some reason, makes me very uncomfortable. I've seen much more painful things on screen. Something about a bald head against stone. Hell yeah! Luffy's holding his own. There's that shot again. Shit, man. Law just trying to survive against Doflamingo and Fujitora. It's terrifying. Oh shit. Oh shit. Nice. Nice. Caesar distracted you. I wonder, will he be angry with Caesar about that though? Or is he just gonna be like, ah, I shouldn't have turned around? Oh! With egg! No! Not the climate act! Oh, it's got a reference to, Salvador Dali, right? The melting clock? Oh my god. Oh god. Why don't you make yourself artistic then? Is that the laws ringing? Nice desu. The movement, Nami's movement. What? I mean, it's gonna be difficult. Oh! Shit, man. Yes, he is. What's your plan there? Oh, so his plan is just for him to go in there and get defeated by a strong fighter. Probably expects Don Chinjao or Bart or someone to take him out. Alright. Okay. Pretty good episode. I liked it, although, I mean, this one was like a quite little content in it type episode, I think. Like, you know, 7 minutes of recap. And then, I mean, some of it was messing around, not much happening. But still some cool stuff going on. I mean, the Don Chinjao fight is still going on. I wonder if that's the sort of thing that's going to be wrapped up next episode. Because, like, the Don Chinjao fight started in the first episode we did in this video. So if in the last episode we do in this video, it ends, that would make sense to me. You know, a 4-episode fight. But if it doesn't, then that's quite a long fight. But yeah, our Straw Hats are like starting to meet up again a little bit. I mean, we got Robin and Usopp are on their way to meet up with, seems like, Franky and Zoro. Although Zoro is still trying to get to the Sunny. Oh, and Zoro did say that to Franky, and Franky was like, what, the Sunny? Because Franky, we know, would like, cares a lot about the Sunny. So he might actually... I feel like Zoro should stay here and Franky should go back to the Sunny to try to help. So maybe then Franky can take out this art fruit lady, and then help sail the Sunny over to Law, so that Law can put Caesar on there, and then I don't really know what Law's plan is after that. But yeah, there might be like a problem of like Law can't really do much while Caesar's still around, because he still needs to like keep him hostage essentially, otherwise he has no leverage, because right now it seems like he doesn't have the leverage that he wanted. Yeah, this, I mean, look, the art fruit lady is like, that's the type of One Piece battle I don't care about. Like I feel like, though, to One Piece's credit, that sort of battle has been less and less throughout the series. I feel like there's so it's so much less often now that I'll feel that way about a character in One Piece. But it happened like all the time in early One Piece, where there was always like several fights that I was like, I really kind of, this character, I don't care about their gimmick, I don't like their design, I don't like really anything about this battle. Or not anything. Generally, I'll like a few small things about it, but yeah, and this is one of those times. But like, at the same time, there's always some stuff I like about it. Like, I do think the art references are kind of cool. Like, that's a cool idea. And I mean, it's nice, I guess, that Nami is the most useful one out of them. Like, the fact that there's like Nami, Chopper, and Brook, and Nami's like the one who's been doing the most. Like, she's taking out people, she's fighting the longest, she's the least scared out of them. Like, I think that's very cool that they're giving her these sorts of moments, but I don't think she's going to be the one to beat this woman. But I mean, yeah, just this woman is like, she's got like a weird power, and it's not intimidating at all. And yeah, I don't know. There's just not really much going on. Although Brook's design makes this whole thing worth it, I think. Like, Brook as the screen painting is so funny that I guess that makes the entire thing worth it. But yeah, so I am curious how, like, what they're gonna do, if they are gonna get out of it and then sail to the green bit, which, it's hard for me to remember, and I doubt I have it written down, but from my memory, wasn't sailing to the green bit something you couldn't do? And that's why they didn't do that in the first place? Do I have it written down anywhere here? I'm just gonna like look through my notes real quick. Give me a second. Hold on. Okay, all I have from back there is I wrote green bit, small island. So I don't have the information, but I feel like I remember them saying something like you couldn't sail to the green bit or whatever, which is why they had to stop in Dressrosa and then walk to the green bit from there. Otherwise they wouldn't have had to go across that bridge. So like, is it just, it is dangerous and so it's not worth the risk, but now it is worth the risk and we need to do it? Or does he have a plan? I don't know. I have no idea. Or did Oda forget that? But I doubt it. Oda doesn't tend to forget stuff like that, especially. But anything else? I don't think so. I think we can just move on to the next episode. So this is episode 649 of One Piece. Here we go. Okay, recap Rubik's. Here we go. ゴムゴムの実を食べゴム人間トラファルガーローと海賊同盟を組んだルットの地小人たちが暮らすトンタどころではない。Alright, that's a cube complete. Okay, this episode is going to be called The Defeat of whatever the woman's name who has the art outfit. Oh shit. It might be the conclusion to Don Chinjao fight today. Holy shit, it's quite the battle. Oh my god. He's using his foot too. It's more impressive that Don Chinjao is doing that. Oh my god. Holy shit. Oh my god. This is like what I imagine a Dragon Ball Z fight is like. from the small amount of Dragon Ball Z I've seen. Yeah. Seems like it would be. Hmm? Yeah? Is there something wrong with that? Why? Oh, because you're so much weaker than you used to be. Yeah, I mean, this Don Chinjao is just a very emotional man. He's a stubborn and emotional man. Okay, Don Chinjao lore. And probably Garp lore. Damn. Oh, that's so cool. What a cool concept. So, is this head a big spike? Oh my god. No wonder he does what he does. That's why he was the drill. Well, they made it to the treasure. That's a lot of fucking treasure. Are we sure that's not the One Piece? It's funny the idea of like, what if this was the One Piece? But it just isn't, not like it has Gold Roger's name on it, you know? If I was these pirates, I would have been like, we found it! We did it! We got all this treasure. Oh my god. Okay, and here comes Garp. Yep. Oh my god. Is Garp actually gonna break his spike off? He might. He is. Oh, just flatten it. Oh god. It's kind of horrifying. Jesus. Just flattened his head. But he's ruined. He doesn't have the spike. I mean, you should be thanking Garp. You have a normal looking head now. Now he can't get down there. So now the treasure's out of his reach, just like it was out of the other guy's reach. Jeez, man. I mean, I feel kind of bad for him, but not that bad for him. It's frustrating for sure. But hey, you played the game. God damn. I mean, I genuinely thought it would be more horrible than that. He just did his job. And actually didn't throw you in prison, it seems like. He could have let you rot away and impo down. Oh, actually. Yeah, he could have let you rot and impo down, because he wasn't an impo down there, so. I'm so curious what's gonna happen if he wins Ace's fruit. He's glad to hear that. He's smiling like, damn right. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Tied him up. Now spin him the other way. It's funny the idea that he sounds like he's getting dizzy when you're spinning him the other way. Oh, hell yeah! Oh! Hawk rifle. Is he out? Get him out! He's not out. Do it again. Oh, don't say that about Rayleigh. Jeez. Alright, Luffy, fuck him up now. Okay. Oh yeah, third gear. It's very funny. Hell yeah! Oh! No way Luffy loses this hit. Oh. And this is like fitting because this is what Garp did to him. Punched him on the head like this. Now Luffy's gonna do it again. Oh, and it made him spiky again! He punched the spike back out of him. I was actually gonna say it'd be funny if that happened. It looks even sharper. Maybe it's as sharp as it was like back way in the old days. Oh my god! Oh, he's in the water. Well, he's not gonna have anything against Luffy anymore. Because Luffy fixed him. There's that shot again. Good shit! There's that shot again. Well, you gotta win your own battle first, Bravendish. Cavendish? Bravendish? Why did I call him Bravendish? Oh no. Is he gonna go after Luffy now? Oh no. Alright, pretty decent. A nice little conclusion to the Don Chinjao fight. It was fun. It was a cool little final move, defeating him. I will say this at the very least, right? I think the Colosseum is one of the best ways that Oda has come up with to keep Luffy out of the main story, because that's essentially what they're doing, right? It's they purpose, like, Oda is purposefully doing the thing again where it's like you don't want Luffy to be a part of the lore part of the storyline or whatever, because Luffy being there makes things easier, or it makes you either have to make it so that Luffy loses or Luffy wins, and if Luffy wins, the arc isn't going, like, the arc is going too quickly. And if Luffy loses, then we lose. Like, the villain's likely gonna get what they want, or we've suffered too much Luffy loss at this point that it's like it will cheapen it, I guess. So, like, instead, Oda obviously has to constantly be removing Luffy from the action and giving him stuff to do. And that's why, you know, I've made fun of it before. He often does the thing where it's like Luffy gets stuck between two buildings, for example, back in Water 7. Stuff like that. And it's like, it's so, like, that sort of stuff is so frustrating and dumb because it's like Luffy being stuck between buildings, or with Arlong, his, like, feet being stuck in the ground and then him being thrown in the water and stuff like that is like, it's really unsatisfying, I feel like, for the audience, because, or him being lost in a giant snake in Skypiea, that was another bad one. It's like, you know, we like Luffy and we want to watch him do cool things. We want to watch him, like, be a part of the story, and we have to wait the entire arc for the main character to be able to do anything. Like, he's just not allowed to help out at all until the end of the arc, essentially. But Oda has a good reason for doing that. It's just the way of going about it is often kind of annoying. So I feel like throughout the series, Oda has gotten better and better at it. And in Punk Hazard, it was pretty good, because in Punk Hazard, I felt like the entire time Luffy was kind of helping, and he actually, like, did do a boss rush. Although he did end up falling in the garbage disposal, and that was you know, more annoying. Like, that's another situation where it's like, him falling in the garbage isn't super interesting. But at the very least, it came after a really awesome fight with Caesar, and then a really awesome fight with Monet, you know. And then he wasn't in there for too long, I don't feel like. So overall, that wasn't too bad, but it's still kind of annoying. This, however, like, as much as this is stretched on, which, yeah, it has stretched on, I guess, but I feel like the Colosseum is a way better way to keep him out of the thing. Because firstly, it's exciting. Like, there are battles in here that, like, Luffy is getting to fight actual cool and competent fighters and interesting characters, and it's getting to tease characters that'll probably be a big deal in the future. Like, I imagine Bartolomeo, I guess, Bart, kind of feels like an important character. Like, he feels like he could come back into the show later after this arc and still be doing cool shit, you know? We're getting, like, some lore of other somewhat seemingly important characters. Like, we're getting to see a lot of different power sets that we wouldn't have otherwise gotten to see. And on top of that, Luffy's actually doing something important as well. Like, there's not a second in this arc that I've been like, oh, Luffy shouldn't be here. He should, like, oh, it's so annoying. Luffy's so dumb. He should be helping his friends or whatever. Like, he's going for Ace's fruit, Devil's fruit. That's as good a reason as any to be out here. That's a great reason for him to be fighting in this tournament. So he's here for a reason. He's doing something important. He's having exciting battles. He's getting to show off some moves. We're meeting fun new characters. Like, there's a lot of great stuff that's going on in the Colosseum. Like, pacing aside, the actual Colosseum itself is a really cool idea, and I think it was a great idea for Oda to be able to take Luffy out of the story to do that, because it means the rest of the Straw Hats can still do their stuff and progress the story in the rest of Dressrosa, and Law can be having his thing, and Luffy can't help any of them, but he's still doing stuff, and it feels good, to me at least. Like, I think it feels really great. So I think Oda, just as the series goes on, I feel like he gets better and better with a lot of this stuff. Like, even if, you know, I feel like a lot of people will be like, well, Toei gets worse, mostly with pacing. I think Toei probably gets better with animation. I mean, the animation has seemed to be steadily improving in a lot of the stuff. And I know that modern One Piece has some pretty awesome animation. So Toei, you know, might get better with that stuff, but does tend to get, like, worse with pacing and stuff over time, right? But Oda himself, his writing, like, from what I can see, that feels like it's getting stronger and stronger. And a lot of problems that I had with early One Piece, even if they didn't bother me that much in early One Piece, in hindsight they do, because I can see more and more potential as we go on. That sort of stuff just gets better and better and better and better. And that's why, like, in the last arc, I was comparing Punk Hazard to Thriller Bark a lot, because I felt like they felt like very similar arcs to me in a lot of different ways. But to me, Punk Hazard, I enjoyed Punk Hazard a lot more than I enjoyed Thriller Bark, because it felt like Oda got better at every aspect of it. And I will say, what I like about this arc so far is there hasn't been, like, too many major, oh, we're fighting some sort of creature as, or like one of the big bosses and we're going to be doing that for a while battles, you know? Like, I mean, there were the fish or whatever, but they were, like, part of one episode, you know? It wasn't a big deal. But, like, most of it has been us facing people, which I much, much, much prefer. I think that's way more interesting. But, you know, obviously, like, with Punk Hazard, it's like we're fighting dragons and we're fighting the big slime, and I don't care about them, you know? I want to fight the people. I want to fight Monet. I want to fight Caesar Clown. So, yeah, I like that this arc so far hasn't had that. It still might, it probably will. Knowing Oda, he always likes to throw that stuff in there, so I would not be shocked if we did end up getting that. But I just like to compliment the stuff that I'm really enjoying about it now while we're here, you know? So I think that's really cool. I also like the concept of that, like, treasure that's, like, right below a sheet of ice, but the ice is near unbreakable. That's like a really cool concept because first of all, it looks cool. Like just the design of that is a very cool design. And secondly, like so frustrating. Like you can see the treasure down below. You know it's there, but you can't do anything about it. I think that's a really fun idea. It did make me think though, and I said it in the episode, but like we know that that, you know, the One Piece is something crazy and special, and the One Piece, like when we do find it, it's likely not just going to be a bunch of gold. I imagine honestly that there will be a bunch of gold. I imagine that it's gonna be like fucking Smaug's you know, treasure room. Like it's gonna look like that. This is what my imagination is for the One Piece. But there's also going to be something else, you know, like something big or special or crazy or something. I don't know. And so like I can imagine kind of what that the One Piece wouldn't just be what we saw there, and like the kind of great pirate that Gold Roger was, like maybe that amount of treasure that was down there would be like, oh well, that's child's play. Like that's, you know, that's what a big pirate would get, but not Gold Roger, so that can't be the One Piece. But what if it was, you know, like what if, let's say Gold Roger was like, fucking I spent most of my money. Like, I knew I was gonna die soon. I spent most of my money. I've got a little bit of money left over, and that little bit of money is that fuck ton of money under the sheet of ice. So I put it there. I put it in a place where I know ice will freeze over it and make it really difficult to get through. So only a really strong fighter is gonna be able to get to it. And that's the One Piece. There we go. And then he's on his deathbed, you know, on the execution platform, and he goes, "You have to go and find my treasure. I left everything I had to offer in one place, so go find it." And then he gets killed, and then people find it, and they're like, well, that can't be it. And then they just keep looking for his treasure forever, and it's actually found. It was found under that ice. Like, I just thought, like, because you know, you don't know, no one knows what the One Piece is. No one knows what it could look like. And so I think people assume it looks a certain way, or that it'll have a way to clearly distinguish. But I wonder if there's people out there who are like, I found the One Piece. Like, it would be funny if we came across someone who's genuinely really trying to convince people, like, I'm king of the pirates now. Look, I found the One Piece. Look at all this treasure and this crazy thing that I found. This is Gold Roger's treasure. I found it. You have to call me king of the pirates now. But he didn't. Like, you know, like that would be... I think that would be an interesting storyline if Oda introduced someone like that. Because, realistically, once Luffy does find the One Piece, which I imagine is going to happen, how are people going to know? How is he going to be able to verify it? It might not be something that we go over in the show, but it would be interesting. Like, how now do you tell people? Do you go like, hey, look, I found the One Piece? People will be like, yeah, fucking right. I don't believe you. Unless there's something that's so clearly Gold Roger's. So, I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, anything else that I want to talk about? Nope, that's it. That is One Piece, episodes 646 to 649. Thank you for joining me. Make sure to support the video if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing. And go to my Patreon account if you want the full-length reactions and early access. You can get the next 20 or so episodes on there right now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.